Okay, three times the charm. This is three of three on Memorial Day. And last, but certainly in any way, shape, or form, not least, is a video about Memorial Day and what that really is, and what it really means and what it's designated for. Um, and it's, you know, there should be an awareness of what it's really about, which is fallen service members, either in the line of combat or duty, or that have just passed away eventually. Um, but yeah, I've in the past 20 plus years, I've had the fortune of serving servicemen and women, and I wanted to take the time to remember my father, who was a combat Army combat veteran in Vietnam. I actually have his, I think, the shadow box here. Oh, let me see if I can bring this in here real quick. You can see. Um, so he, what you can see there, if anybody knows, he's got the Army Commendation Medal with bronze oak leaf clusters, and the Army Good Conduct Medal, and the National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service with 4 campaign stars, and the Vietnam Campaign Medal. Um, he was an air gunner. You could see his um, marksmanship badge with a pistol, rifle, machine gun. He was an air gunner. And it was also, you could see his NYPD badge um, as an NYPD detective. So I'm real proud of him. I'm real proud of my dad. Um, and I've also come from a long line of family members, other family members. When I was a little kid, a little tyke, a lot of the old timers were World War II veterans. I had uncles, mainly, who were in WW2. And so I have, an immense respect for those who have chosen to give their life to, literally, in some cases, um, to the country. And I may not, I'm not taking a political stance here or anything, but I do have a lot of respect for those who, those who do that, especially in combat war zones. It's not an easy thing, and I'm real proud again to be able to serve them, and I've done it for a long time. And I've seen the transition in certain, it makes or begs the statement of trauma and how that works. And again, especially those who have been in combat, hostile areas, where every moment you don't know if you're going to live or die. And other servicemen and women that I've helped in other capacities were maybe not technically in a war zone, but were subjected to video. They had to review or have to review video of atrocities. Um, I don't need to get so graphic here, but just really brutal stuff. And so it's a testament to all of those who put their lives on the line, or subject themselves to the horrors. And in relation to my dad, he and how trauma works. He his trauma didn't come out until about almost 20 years later. And that is how some individuals, their trauma sort of works with them. They go through the stuff, and they're in the shit, as it were. And somehow, some way, the brain and the nervous system compartmentalizes it to where it's, bottled up, under lock and key, so to speak, and there it stays for many years until finally there's a neurological basis to all this. The nervous system is like, okay, we're done. We're done now. Trying to keep a lid on all of this, and boom, it explodes. And so I saw a version of my dad, but I've also seen this in other veterans too, especially combat veterans and other individuals as well that have gone through, grew up in, very, very tough neighborhoods and experienced things themselves, like where you walk around a corner in urban areas and you don't know if you're going to get jumped, stabbed, shot. It's kind of a hairy situation every day, or people that get abused at home, whatever it might be. So, and same principle, the nervous system kind of compartmentalizes it, puts a lid on it, and then it explodes years later. And so, when that happens, I try to help individuals. I've always, done this to where the reminding them that they're safe now. And the way that the hippocampus works, I'm trying to condense this just for the sake of time, but it tricks the body and the nervous system into thinking whatever it was that happened years ago is now happening again. And the nervous system, hijacks the prefrontal lobe and the cerebral cortex, and the person is reliving what happened. So hug a veteran today, especially if you know that they've been in the shit and have seen the blood and guts. Hug them. Other veterans that I've helped, they don't want you to necessarily say thank you for your service. They want you to show them that you truly thank them. Treat them kindly. Treat them, do everything within your power to let them know that you treat them well. That's all. That's the best way I can put it. I'm trying to condense all of this, but treat them well. Don't just thank them and then be on your way. Treat them well. Try in every way, shape, or form to let them know that they're safe, because when they come back to the world, as it were, they can have a very hard time adjusting to some kind of sense of normalcy. So try to remind them that they're safe, that they're loved, and be thankful, truly thankful to them, not just in words but in behavior. It's tough. It's tough, but do whatever you can to let them know that they're acknowledged. But today is not Veterans Day; it's Memorial Day. So, thank you all. So I just wanted to take that time. Be well, my friends.